welcome back to my channel. My name is Fatu and I am below the elbow amputee. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that have been watching for a while, thank you. And if you are new, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification button so that way you will know next time when I post a video. Oh my gosh, y'all, look. It's like a hole in my hand. Anyway, I'm rough with this thing. So today we're going to do some simple exercise, and that is we're going to learn how to cut stuff, okay? Stuff like, meat and that kind of fun stuff. So anyway, we have our setup here. We have our knife and fork, and this is what we're going to use. It's a therapeutic putty. It's what we're going to use to practice with. So stuff like this, starting with stuff like that, it's easy to, it's not very tough, to be able to cut into. So since we're starting off fresh, we have to start somewhere. So easy is our goal for at the moment until we get used to, learn how to hold a knife and a fork and stuff like that. So for now, this is what we have to practice with. So when I got this hand, it came with videos that apparently they wanted me to watch before I started using the hand. But I wanted to learn things my way, so I never really did watch the videos. So except when I want to learn how to hold a fork and a knife, I'm like, I have no idea what to do. So anyway, I pull up the video and I watch a little bit of it, and the first thing that they came up with is to hold on to a fork is to basically to hold hold on, my hand is having, it's to hold these 2 digits. So it's like this. Then you put the fork right in between this right here. So to cut this, have cut. Like I'm like, oh, it holds pretty well. It's not too bad. But the only thing I didn't like about it is the fact that I feel like the hand is in front of my face. So anyway, but it holds pretty well. I can like really press down on it, and it also I can I'm not hiking my shoulder. So it's doing a pretty good job holding the fork and stuff. I just don't like the fact that it's in front of my face. I guess I can get used to it, and it's doing a pretty good job cutting. So if I have like something that is tough that I want to cut into, I can use something like this because it's actually doing a good job. Because I'm actually digging into the putty to cut it, and it's holding pretty well. Then again, but the only thing is I don't like the fact that my hand is in front of my face. So I was like, well, I don't know about this. And I was like, I'm just going to experience on my own and figure out another way to do this. So, what I came up with is, let's get out of this. Let's get out of this. That's the thing about this hand. The finger don't separate, so it's kind of like a bummer. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is, I don't know if you can see it, but I'm gonna, no, it doesn't do it. It doesn't do what I want it to do. Basically what the hand, I have programmed it where I can use it without using my app, which, if that makes sense. I have an app that if I want to have a position of the hand, all I have to do is press that picture or the app, and it will get me into a position that I want. But I have also programmed some positions that I can just automatically get into without having to use the app. But in order to be able to get those positions, the hand has to be like on by my side, if that makes sense. So let me get, not that one. That's not the position I want. That's, well, also in the video they have something like this where um, the thumb rests against all the fingers and you try to cut. But I'm like, that just seems so weird to hold it like this, you know. It just doesn't seem right. Like if somebody's sitting next to me, I'm like elbow down. So anyway, and plus it doesn't hold very well. So we're probably not gonna use that. So let me get back out of here. Good job, dude. No, get away. I don't want you. I don't want you. Open. No, I just want the whole thing to open. Open the hand. Open the hand. Thank you. Okay, let's try that again. So on my side. Alright, so this is what I wanted. So this is what I decided that it might work for me. So basically I have these fingers are closed and I have these two fingers that are open, and I'm just gonna install the fork right in between there, and that is gonna close. But this one is also upward, so I might just have to experience what work for a while to see what works for me and what I'm comfortable. I mean, it's doing the job, but I feel like I'm hiking my shoulder, and that is not what I want. I do not want to be in the habit of hiking my shoulder very much all the time, because I have a feeling that's gonna probably it'll probably be a problem later in life, and I don't want that. So I want to be able to do stuff without having to hike my shoulder. So this is doing a pretty good job, just cutting, just holding on to the putty, and so I can cut it. But the only thing is, it tends to wanna, it doesn't stay very well. Come on. So guys, you know, having one hand, you basically have to be very patient with yourself, because it's yeah, it takes patience. If you want to do stuff, you have to learn to be patient with yourself, so that way you can learn how to do. Because patience is a virtue, they say. My virtue has been tested so many times. So it's doing the job. It's holding on, and it's pressed. I can feel myself pressing down on the putty, and but the thing is, how much of a grip do I have if I'm gonna be cutting something that is tough? And I think that just, you know, that's just something we have to experience as time goes on. Because the more I use this hand, I think the more aware I would become of knowing how much pressure to press down, how much pressure I need and stuff. Come on, my friend. So like I said, it doesn't, nah. Okay, stay, please. Just let me cut my meat. I just want to eat my meat. let me cut it. I can already feel it on my shoulder. Okay, so I'm not used to doing this kind of stuff, so my shoulder is like, what are you doing to me? What is this? This is new. See, I feel like I'm hiking my shoulder too much. Maybe if I get closer to them. Not even at that. I feel like it's my shoulders. Awkward. Awkward. Maybe like this. Figured out what's the best way. I'm probably gonna do both of this one and the first one that I showed you guys. I'm gonna practice with both of them, so that way I can have options. Because it will probably depend how tough of like the meat that I'm cutting. If it's tough, it might work well if I use the first one that I showed you. But if I'm cutting like something that's not so tough, this might work, because I just need a couple bites, you know, to cut myself a couple bites of whatever that I'm. Look at that. I don't even have to stop. I just have to rearrange. Nope. Stay. Stay, my friend. Just stay. Okay, my shoulder is telling me, Fatu, you need to stop now. I don't like this. And I'm like, well, tough. We have to do this. So yeah, I was about to say, yeah, we can have a couple bites before the hand let go. But then I had to let go. No. Do. Nope. We lost it. It's been lost. So before, when I didn't have a prosthetic like this, I used to be so nervous about going to a restaurant. Well, not nervous, but when I would go to a restaurant, I never would get anything that involved cutting, because I'm like, just because I can't cut my own meat, so I sometimes will not get anything like a steak or chicken that involve cutting. I tend to stay away from that kind of stuff. And if I do get something like that, I make sure that the waiter knows that I have one hand, because usually when I ask somebody, like if I ask the waiter to get me something that I have to cut, I make sure that my stump it's either on the table or that he or she can see it, so that way when they go, in the kitchen, they won't go like, oh my gosh, we have a diva in the house. First of all, she wants her meat to be medium well or medium rare, I don't know. And guess what? She also wants us to cut it. I don't want to be that kind of them to think of me as a diva. So usually, when I do go to a restaurant, and if I was talking and I order my food, that if it also involves meat that needs to be cut, I get panicky, because I'm thinking in my head, oh my gosh, did they notice that I only have one hand? But was my stump on the table? Did they see my stump? And I get so nervous about stuff like that, because I'm like, I don't want people to think of me as a diva just because I'm asking them to cut my meat, and that's not the case. I'm not a diva. I'm asking you to cut my meat because I can't. So, and which is my fault also because I never really asked my friends to help me with stuff like that. So I mean, I'm pretty sure my friends would have been more than happy to cut my own meat, but I guess I didn't want to be, you know, trouble to people. So I just stay away from anything that involved cutting. So, but this is good now that we're learning something like this and we have a prosthetic. Maybe, just maybe, we can go to a restaurant and order ourselves a nice big steak. Just maybe. Because now we can cut our own meat. That's right. We can cut our own meat. We can cut our own meat. So, it's going to take some practice. It's going to be good. Yeah. It's going to be good. I just have to work on the hiking of the shoulder. I don't like it. I feel like I'm doing it too. But, the more I practice, the easier it will become. I don't even know how many bites that was. But I feel like we can get a couple bites before the hands start to act up. No acting up, my friend. No acting up. So that's like 2 bites, 3 bites, 4 bites. Nope. 5. Between 4 and 5 bites, I can have a pretty grasp in it. So I feel like that went pretty well. So yeah, you know what this means? This girl now can cut her own meat. Yes, the day has finally come when we can cut our own meat. Yeah, my friend. So